Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Street Race review. The first thing I want to say is that I can admit I'm wrong, and it was an amazing race. I can't believe how good it was. Was there some clown moments? Oh, absolutely. But obviously the big concern was even getting the race in the first place because the rain was crazy throughout the day. Then you had the whole Xfinity debacle, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. But yeah, we finally got a window of opportunity to get the race in, and we had to start on wets. And early on, the chaos started early. We had Eric Jones have a controller disconnect moment. Got into Brad and his teammate Noah into turn 6. Noah Gregson got really familiar with that turn 6 tire barrier. He got into it 4 times throughout the day, which is a heck of a performance for sure. A lot of I think the first 3 cautions were all turn 6. There's someone going head on, like Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch went into the thing at like 70 miles an hour. Had some dents in his car, and he was good. He finished top 5 somehow. But yeah, then I think the next 2 were on Noah being in that wall, which was kind of funny. But like there was actually a lot of passing, and it was really a racy track. I couldn't believe it how well it raced. Was a part of it because of it being wet? Maybe. If we come back next year, we'll have to see. Simple as that. But yeah. I can't really contain my excitement about it. But I mean, story of the day. I mean, it's got to be Shane Van Gisbergen. I mean, he was unbelievable today. I mean, you do not come in another series like this and do what he did. Like, ignoring the fact that he won the race, which is unbelievable, coming in being like one of the fastest guys in practice, qualifying 3rd, and then you're like, okay, well, let's see how he does in a race, and then he's saying top 5 all day, and you're like, okay. And he played those last like 25 laps, man, was absolute masterclass. I mean, he came from deep in the field, like 18th, drove his way through the field, and won the race. Unbelievable. But yeah, obviously the race started late due to the rain, so darkness was quickly becoming an issue. You were starting to realize it was quickly becoming an issue. Basically, stage 2 ended, and basically they said, okay, we are going to shorten the race to 75 laps. A lot of people were complaining. One of those weird things where NASCAR's in a lose-lose situation because everyone's gonna be like, well, call the race shorter later on near the like just instantly end it randomly. People get mad and be like, oh, we should have known sooner. And then if you do it early, then you're gonna be like, why are we calling this so soon? So I think they made the right call because they looked at where we were and what the race pace was and took out a good chunk of the race so that we can get a scheduled race, even though they rescheduled the distance in the middle of the race. They basically set something up, and turns out in the end they timed it out pretty much perfect because when the race ended, there was not much daylight left. It was getting very dark. So I actually applaud NASCAR. I know some of the teams were mad. Oh, we got screwed. I'm like, you probably should have seen it coming from an hour earlier that you guys weren't going to make the scheduled distance. That's pretty much all I've got to say about that. Obviously, that flipped the field because some teams actually did see that coming and pitted earlier. And that's how Justin Haley and Chase Elliott really and Austin Dillon got into their top 3 positions in a position to win. Is that they did that probably knowing what was going to happen. Like, oh, we are not going to make it to the end of the race at lap 100. Let's get into pits and hope they shorten the race, and they did. And it was kind of obvious it was going to happen because you're like, did 40 laps in an hour and a half, and then there's less than an hour and a half of sunlight left. You can do the math that you're not going to get the 80 laps. Turns out they got the 78. I think NASCAR did the right thing. Unorthodox, kind of unprecedented. It's not the most unprecedented thing that they have shortened races before. Loudon a couple of years ago, they're like, oh, it's time to go now. which that entire situation was a little weird, but and I remember there was a Kansas race in like 2007 that they shortened as well, which was before I was watching, but I do know that happened. Is that it was like 267 scheduled laps, but it ended up being 210. I don't make those decisions, but I personally think they did make the right decision. It gave the teams a hard set number that they had to get to. We weren't playing guessing games. But I know some teams are going to be mad, specifically Bell and probably Reddick and that. So, but those were the teams that were hurt, and Shane Van Gisberg was hurt by it too, and he still won the race. So, and then after that, we had the restart, and then we had the track blocker, and everyone all week was like, "I can't wait for the track blocker." We got the track blocker, and it was hilarious. I could not believe it. How funny it actually was when it actually happened in real life. Because you envision it in your head, and you're like, okay, whatever. Then it actually happens, and you're just like crying in laughter. At like Harvick LaJoy spun, completely blocked the track, and it was just a parking lot. It was a beautiful scenes. Yeah. And then some chaos. There was a lot of this chaos because the track never actually got completely dry, which was also like a big factor too when they went to slicks. It's like the track's not completely dry, so the second to last turn after like I guess they were calling it the loop, the long left-hander to that quick right-hander down that really narrow stretch. That was a really sketchy part of the track because it never really got dry. There were still puddles there even on the last lap. But yeah, those last 25 laps were like an absolute masterclass by SVG. He methodically, quickly moved his way through the field, and it wasn't even a contest. He was so much faster at the end of the race. It was unbelievable. And like it was the first time in the modern era someone won in their first career start. You don't do what he did. Absolutely historic. I tweeted out like this is beyond like normal things. Like this is unbelievable, which it really is. Like I still can't believe it. And a huge day for NASCAR for growth and stuff. Unbelievable to be honest. Like this is a huge day for motorsports, huge day for NASCAR. A lot of people were skeptical, including me, about going to Chicago. I thought the track layout looked kind of garbage. Turns out track layout's pretty good and race is pretty good. Yeah, I couldn't believe how well it did. Obviously from the event standpoint with like the concerts and stuff, kind of flopped, but that was out of everyone's control due to weather. But from the race standpoint of the cup race, it was an absolute success. A winner that everyone can be happy about. If you're not happy about this, like you're a Justin Haley fan, or you're just like I don't know. I can't find a reason why you wouldn't be happy. Like something this cool happened, it's unbelievable. SVG is a goat. And you never know. Maybe you'll see him in NASCAR full time because he kind of hinted at it, but we'll see. But huge win for NASCAR, and I can't believe how well it worked out. It was incredible. Obviously, there's probably things that need to be improved. But probably start the race earlier in the day. So you don't have a situation like this because, yeah, I don't know, but I don't think there was too many things where like, oh, this is super bad. We need to fix it like right now. Yeah, I can't believe how well it was. Yeah, one of the best races of the year. I can't believe I'm saying that when I think everyone was just like, I just don't think this is gonna work out really well as a race. But shout out to NASCAR for designing that track how it was. It put on one heck of a race, an unbelievable historical event of Shane Van Gisbergen winning in his first career start. That's never happened in the modern history of NASCAR. You don't like it's unbelievable what he did. So that's really all I can say. He's a madman, and that move he did on Justin Haley to get the lead, like that crossover thing, was they played him like a fiddle. That was crazy. But yeah, an absolute W weekend for NASCAR today. Mostly just today, just because the rain and lightning and stuff for the other stuff. But tremendous day. I mean, happy. I was like just as nervous as for like my favorite drivers to win, like Eric Jones and stuff, as I was for SVG there at the end. I was shaking. I was like, I want this so bad. This is just a cool moment for NASCAR, and I hope it does well. And I can't believe it. I'm gonna say I hope we come back next year because that was unbelievable. So yeah, that's gonna be my thoughts of the race and stuff. I thought it was great. So if you liked it, um, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And we will see you after the Atlanta race next weekend, which is a Sunday night race. So hopefully these Sunday night races continue. They do good, and we have more of those because I like night races. So thanks, guys. Those were my thoughts. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.